Hi once again, and this is going to be my video. In recent days, a Guardian newspaper article has been doing the rounds on social media. This light-hearted article is a guide to the seasonal Christmas traditions of Britain and Europe. Its title was "The Shock of the Old: Europe's Most Disturbing Christmas Traditions." I like reading about such things, but was curious as to why they should be seen as disturbing. I know what The Guardian is like, which is to say, pretty insufferable. An awful publication run by elitist metro yuppies for metro yuppies. But opening the link, I soon saw they had reached a new low. The article was not so much a humorous guide to native Europe's sacred seasonal festivals, but a deliberate attack upon them, treating them to a derision the paper would never get away with if about Indigenous American, Papuan, African, or Aboriginal Australian ceremonies. What I read was so contemptful, so colonial. Particularly interesting was how it put the Dutch mumming character of Piet Schwartz, or Black Peter, at the beginning of the article. For those not familiar with Piet Schwartz, he is a somewhat enigmatic character from Holland's Christmas traditions, where he performs a similar function to Krampus in Germany. He is not very antiquated and only dates from about 1850, though based on older folk archetypes. The article focuses on his role as a black slave of St. Nicholas, whose role is to help hand out presents and is played by a white man in blackface. Thus, though trying to be innocent, he is a product of slave-era times and is thus a racist caricature. Perfect fodder, of course, for a lofty, extreme left-wing paper like The Guardian to use to whip up horror and outrage from its opinionated readership. The demonising of other non-racist but still feel what you do not understand folk rights, however, continues. They are a Glochwein-fueled amalgam of pagan, medieval Christian and counter-reformation, plus goodness knows what weird Alpine village lore. Funnily, the illustrations to the article only show representations of Krampus and Perkter, etc. from their blackface eras, essentially deigning to insinuate that these are retrograde, racist and offensive characters. Frankly, the only thing offensive is this article. The writer apparently lived in Belgium for several years. A weak claim to validity. None of the traditions mentioned are from that country, and even if any that were, she almost certainly did not inhabit the rural communities which bore these seasonal rites. She visited some of them out of touristic curiosity, nothing more, and this is the crux of the problem our communities face today. The allowing of outsiders to view our local, regional ceremonies and festivals when they have no understanding of their meaning or importance to our local communities. With a few exceptions, they have tended to demonise and call for something to be done to change them. Prior to its transformation into our hiddening-type custom, the Marichlwyd or Grey Mare custom of Garan, Wales, featured a very ancient ceremony in which the Grey Mare, a person in a white robe and horse skull, presided over a fire ritual. This was until a pious female visitor in the 1700s visited, expressed horror and revulsion over what she saw as a heathen devil worship of Moloch. For the record, the Grey Mare originally represented the ancient pagan god Baal. No doubt, local church authorities were informed, for the ceremony bears no resemblance today to its original form. The Ulster, or of Dorset, with his half-man, half-bull visage, is the English form of this rite. Baal was a Mediterranean god of cattle as well as the weather. His Welsh form, Bilen, is named in the Welsh triads as one of the three great bull spectres, or spirits or demons, of Britain. What that antiquitous account proves that this isn't just individual journalism exercising their free speech, but a persecution of local communities for refusing to update themselves, which has its roots in the enforcement of Christian laws. Religion is weaker now, but the secularized morality laws remain. This is why I feel it is time to say enough is enough. There is a reason why so many cultures forbid outsiders even seeing their sacred rites, open air rites. Nobody wants peoples whom they are forced to compete with taking and copying from them. They get sanitized, diluted, and finally lose all meaning. I say it is time for us to start protecting our traditions, which we fasten as to strengthen our community identities. And if this means to gatekeep, so be it. These ceremonies were meant for our local communities in the beginning in the first place. They were a way of showing solidarity against outside authorities, not capitulating to them. It is time to keep them for community eyes only and to close off access to rural towns and villages while they take place, especially to non-local press. Please like and sub if you enjoy this content, and happy Christmas to you.